All right, today we have to talk about Christian influencers again. All right, so this is kind of a part two, but I don't know if it was because I was planning on watching this one the first time. I looked it up to see, to see what the thumbnail and stuff was, and I saw she made two. So we watched the first one. If you'd like to watch the first one, her channel will be linked in the description, or you can watch her on the channel over here. But hit the link, follow up on the socials, like the video, sub up, and turn on notifications. Let's get into this.
Is your favorite Christian influencer discipling you or just entertaining you? Because I've seen a lot of criticism online recently of all these different types of Christian influencers. The ones that teach, the ones that preach, the ones that just want to share their life and not talk about Jesus constantly. And they all get criticized for either being too much or not enough for us. And it's concerning me, truly, the parasocial relationships that are formed between viewer of a Christian influencer and Christian influencer. And I've talked about this plenty of times enough, but I wanted to bring it up again because Maddie Dodd, now Maddie Crawford, Bryce Crawford's wife, posted a video recently.
Who even? Never mind. I'm not going to say that.
Talking about how when you become a Christian influencer, people want you to post about Jesus all the time.
I mean, I don't know who she is. I know Crawford, Bryce Crawford, so I know who he is. But, I don't know why she's even famous. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. All you did was marry Bryce Crawford.
And that she actually has other interests in life and isn't interested in being a teacher on TikTok. And she took the original video down, so I'm going to play one that I found.
To me, I don't really care because I wouldn't go to her for that. At all.
On TikTok of someone trying to stitch it. So it's going to say stitch incoming. There's no stitch coming. I'm just using that video.
So because I'm a Christian, I love Jesus so much.
Okay.
I think people on here expect me, or maybe even other creators that are Christian, to just nonstop only post about God 24/7, boom, 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 only Jesus posts. Which, if you do that, there's literally nothing wrong with that at all.
I mean, I think it's fair, but it's I don't. At what point? What are you posting that people don't like? You reading a book? I don't know what that is, but you gotta understand who is watching you. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the majority of her fans are probably funneled in from who? Her husband. So, I mean, if her husband, all he does is preach, right? They're gonna expect the same out of her, but dude, realistically, someone that does watch Christian influencers, I never watched her, and I hardly even knew she exists until they got married. I saw that video.
But I think to have that expectation for anyone, it just seems a little
I don't know who's having an expectation from you. I'm just not trying to be rude. I just never knew who she was, and the fact of the matter, I don't know if she even goes out and preaches. I don't, or reads the Bible. I just don't know what she does. So it's well, I don't expect this from you because I don't know who you are.
Not genuine, because I love Jesus with my whole heart. And my life is devoted to him. However, I have other things I like. I like makeup. I like fashion. I like aesthetic videos. I like hanging out with my friends and vlogging and filming other content. And I don't always feel the need to post every second about God. You know what I'm saying? I just feel more genuine living my life in private with God and reading my Bible and spending time and worshiping God, without taking the camera out and filming it. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't...
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
...make me less Christian or anyone else less Christian if they're not posting 24/7 about God.
No, it could actually probably make you more less Christian. Not in a way that, you are... let me try to break this down. Not in, that way if you're posting doesn't mean you're not a Christian, but some people post John 16. And then it's brother, you are you just cope posting? You're just posting things because you're trying to be perceived as a Christian? Or are you actually a Christian?
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes sense. When God puts something on my heart to post about, I'll absolutely do it. I am obedient to that. And I'm yeah, I'm going to do it. But I don't want to just post about God just to post. And it almost seems performative. Oh, let me post how much I love God or how much I'm a Christian or how good of a Christian I am. It's
poser, not performative.
It just seems performative to me. I don't know if anyone else feels that way.
Holy TikTok buzzword. Can we stop saying performative? I just saw someone look that up, the definition of performative, and it's not what it actually means.
It's like, it just seems
Like, I'll look it up. It's not what it actually means. Because it does not mean what you think it means. Just give it 1 second. Oops, sorry.
formative to me. I don't know if anyone else feels that way, but my relationship with Jesus is my own and it's so personal. And I kind of like keeping it private. I don't know if that's like selfish to feel that way, but like I like living in real life for God. And if I want to post about it, I will. But there's so many other things I like posting about, and I think you guys like watching.
And this is kind of just breaking down the fight that I'm seeing on social media of like, disciple me, teach me, do this for me, be what I want you to.
Yeah, performative does not mean what you guys think it mean. So, calm down with the performative word. I use it too, and I try to frame from it, like, I would say stolen valor, because like that it does equal, like, yeah, if you say someone's stolen valor, you would assume they're military, ex-military, and they're like, no, they're faking being military. But like that, or a poser, say they're a poser, like I don't want to be thought as a poser who just posts this to be perceived as something, like, yeah. But performative is not what y'all think it is, so stop saying it, please.
Be for me, lead me. And you have to be perfect and also never make a mistake. And I don't really care about any other part of your life. And that if you post beauty or fashion or lifestyle, that it's not enough. And I think it's important to talk about, because I think as a culture, a lot of what we're missing is the actual definition.
Who is her fans? Tell me. Comment down below. Who's her fans? I don't know. I couldn't tell you, because I don't know who she is hardly. I know of her, but I don't know who she is. Like, who is her fans? And how famous was she in her presence before she dated Bryce Crawford? Because like if she wasn't that known and she started Bryce Crawford, then she started posting and everything, it's like, well, no I don't want to cuss. No crap, Sherlock. Like, what do you expect from this? Like, you're waving a audience of people, or you're getting a percentage of audience from Bryce Crawford, your husband, and all he does, more or less, preach a word, read. He might post some things, like I've seen him energy drink or some type of Christian brand. So he might do that every time again, but he'll read, he'll do debates, he'll do all. So it's like, well, if you're getting your audience from that, what do you think they expect from you? That, right? So,
of discipleship and what true Christian biblical discipleship is supposed to look like. And before we even get into like what role is an influencer supposed to play in your life, I think it's important we understand biblically what discipleship is. And because that's one of those Christianese words that's like thrown around all the time, of like, you should be discipled by someone, you should be mentored by someone, like literally the great.
Yeah, you should be mentored by an influencer, maybe a pastor. Right? You should be mentored by an influencer. No, probably a pastor, I would assume.
Commission is go out into the world, save and disciple people, right?
You know.
And I'll read that full verse later. But I think there's a massive difference between teaching and discipleship, and I don't think that's talked about, because teaching is sharing information, right? Like, you go to a sermon, you go to a conference, you listen to something online that is a teaching message, right? And you're basically getting an info dump from teaching. And granted, because that teaching is supposed to be teaching truth, you should be transformed by that. You should be changed by that. You should be encouraged to, or convicted to, change your life, right? But discipleship includes teaching for sure. But actual discipleship requires accountability and vulnerability and actual change and
you know
honesty.
what that sounds like? That sounds like that's supposed to be your pastor. That's all that sounds like to me.
And like the biggest, I feel like, example that I look at for discipleship is Paul and Timothy. And if you don't know about Paul, he wrote majority of the New Testament. I hope that you know who Paul is. And his disciple Timothy.
Ever heard that take that you don't like you don't like the Bible, or no, you don't not like the Bible, you just don't like Paul? Shut up, woman.
Traveled with him constantly. There's books written to Timothy. That's where we get 1st and 2nd Timothy from. But one of my favorite examples of this is in Acts 16, 1-3. Paul came also to Derbe and to Lystra. A disciple was there named Timothy, the son of a Jewish woman who was a believer, but his father was a Greek. He was well spoken of by the brothers at Lystra and Iconium. Paul wanted Timothy to accompany him, and he took him and circumcised him because the Jews who were in those places, for they all knew that his father was a Greek. So basically, this is just explaining like how they met, right? So Paul goes to Derbe and to Lystra. I hope I'm saying those right. And there was a guy there named Timothy, and he wanted to follow him. Timothy wanted to not just like learn from him, but actually walk his walk and do what he did, right? And we see the same kind of thing with Jesus's life of like, okay, Jesus and his disciples didn't just sit and listen to all of Jesus's sermons the same way Timothy didn't just sit and listen to all of Paul's sermons, but they actually lived life with him side by side.
Yeah, they what is the one? They walked. Oh, dude, I just read it like yesterday, 2 days ago. They walked into the next town over. Tell him he's coming.
Okay.
Just be ready.
And it says in 1 Timothy 1-2, or 1-2, to Timothy, my true child in the faith, grace, mercy, and peace from God the Father and Christ Jesus our Lord, which implies like an actual real relationship. It's not just like, dear Timothy, the guy that's always sitting in the front row of my sermons, or dear Timothy, the guy that comments on my Instagram all the time. Dear Timothy, my YouTube subscriber. Like, it's someone that he considers a child in the faith, someone that was with.
Yeah, but like it's gonna be a totally different thing. If you're in 18B, it's like you're in this BC time where you're walking everywhere. There's no cars, there's no cell phones. You got Jesus going around just touching people and just doing what he's doing. Right? Healing people. Like, that's gonna be a lot different. You just gotta you gotta incorporate it in these times, like, right now.
With him constantly. So we see, of course, that like discipleship does require teaching. Like he was there for all of Paul's teachings, the same way the disciples were there for all of Jesus's teachings. But it's in addition, discipleship is also walking with. And then it says in, here's the Great Commission, Matthew 28:19-20, go therefore and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all that I've commanded you, and behold, I'm with you always to the end of the age. So we see like, we're not supposed to make students necessarily, we're supposed to make disciples, which have a stronger meaning. So we're not just making random students, but we're making disciples, witnesses, and imitators of Christ. And then we're supposed to teach them to observe. So that's not just tell them what to do and then leave them hanging. Discipleship is a walking with. Like we see this all throughout the Bible. The thing is, I don't think it's impossible for an influencer to disciple you. Someone that I actually think does a really good job of this is Emmy Moore.
Yeah, not believing that.
Brookins, now that she got married. She created part of her podcast as like an online discipleship group that you, as a very select amount of people, I've been seeing her post about it on Instagram, and I think that's a really cool way to
a select amount of people
bridge the gap, to be like, yes, these are people that just watch my content, but now I can actually talk to them weekly, bi-weekly, whatever the structure is that she's doing. That
you could talk to them anyway. You have Instagram, don't you?
I think is working and seems to be going really great. So it's not that influencers can't disciple you,
I don't believe
but it does mean that I don't think they're meant to. Because if we look at real discipleship, like we've just been looking at like Timothy and even the Great Commission, if we're supposed to be...
what's the definition of an influencer and the definition of a of a disciple? Like, you take the name influencer. What is an influencer job? They're supposed to influence you. That's literally their job. Influencer, influence you. That's literally their job. Like, that's point blank period. Their job.
Living life side by side, you're not seeing an influencer's life. You're not seeing my life every day. Like if you're just watching me, that's not discipleship. You're not walking every day with me. I'm not speaking into your life and you're speaking into my life. Like it's a both and of, yes, you may be learning from me, but you're not walking through life with me. And like in actual real life, real time, because there's thoughts and emotions and vulnerabilities that come alongside that.
I think I'm probably I'm not the closest to it, not at all, but like, hey, I'm damn near there. I'm live, so like, I'm through a screen, but it's like, hey, what's good? Like, I'm deliberately live so you can see my full reaction. So, I mean, there could be some truth there, but I mean, I think being live is probably the best way you could get to it because, I mean, as you're watching this, like if someone's watching this, it's the same time of day. Like, hey, it's it's 4:31. Like me and someone else could be watching this at the same time compared to you're not making this at the same time someone watching. You could make this two days or even a week in advance. Me, I'm live in the flesh. Not in the flesh. I'm not you can't see me. Like you can see me, you can't smell me, touch me, but like I'm here.
And when it, again in
I'm
2 Timothy
here.
this time, 3:10-11, it says, "You, however, have followed my teaching, my conduct, my aim in life, my faith, my patience, my love, my steadfastness, my persecutions and sufferings that happened to me at Antioch, at Iconium, and at Lystra, which persecutions I endured, yet from them all the Lord rescued me." So when Paul is talking to Timothy in this second letter, 2 Timothy, he's saying you've literally been with me. You've watched my teaching, my conduct, my goals in life, my faith, my patience, all of this, my persecutions and sufferings. That is what discipleship is. It's not, oh yeah, I see this person talk online. And I'm not saying that's not valuable, obviously, or I wouldn't be doing this. But I am not your mentor. And the same way that Paul is discipling Timothy, there's no possible way that I could disciple someone watching this video because you're not in real life with me. You're not seeing my sufferings and my persecutions and my actual emotions day to day when I struggle with my faith.
That could be dependable. Depends on the person. Realistically, I'm not saying every time, but like you could definitely see someone's persecution on the internet. Simple. That's simple. You can see that, bro. You start saying stuff that you shouldn't, right? You start speaking some real truth when you're a Christian, right? You start saying stuff. Now the people are gonna start hating on you. So like, there will be some hate. Obviously, you won't get prosecuted in that way, cause like, come on, bro. Like, if I'm thinking I'm getting prosecuted, either they about to kill me in the streets, or they taking everything away from me. Like, getting hate comments is just hate. So like you more or less get like a semi% of like prosecute like you suck, you should never be allowed here and all these things. But like that's slightly it.
When I'm impatient, and then when I'm actually patient or faithful or whatever, the way that Paul lays it out with Timothy. And it's interesting because there's with influencers or people creating like content creators in general, they're not always going to post that. I do want to applaud and like take a second to say like the people.
Me, I mean, bro, like literally how I am on camera, I promise you, just about the same. Legit, bro. I don't do no phony acting because it's like how do you expect me to sit down here for an hour, react to a video, give my opinions, and do it fakely? I just can't. I literally can't. Like I can't do fake reactions. I can hardly fake laugh because like it's hard and it's awkward to do. So like, dude, you see me cussing, I be yelling, I be getting mad, I be saying stuff I shouldn't. Like, so I'm not perfect, never claimed to be, obviously. But like, let's continue this. Like, yeah, people don't show their ups and downs, which is more or less fine because I mean you're not supposed to know everyone's ups and downs, right? It's a personal thing for a reason.
People that do post when they're struggling and when they're like their real life, I really appreciate that. I think that's really good to see and healthy to see, so that we don't continue to idolize.
No, I'm good. I don't want to see you struggle. Not really. I'm struggling right now. I'm crying on camera. It's like, put the phone down. Put it down. Now you can say I'm struggling right now. Like I'm not perfect. I always say that, bro. Like it's like just because I say the things that go with the Bible and I say whatever I say doesn't mean like I'm Jesus. Like like obviously again everyone says no one's perfect. We're all gonna sin. Blah 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 blah. We all heard this and yeah. So it's like, I mean, it's cool you're showing your failures, but it's like, who's that for? Who's that for? Me, you, the internet, or for other people. It's not for me to see your failures and see you break down and cry on the internet. It's not. It's really not. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Now, if in person something happens, that's different. But on the internet, to me, it seems a little posy. It's like, why are you doing this? Why are you? You're putting on an act. You actor.
Influencers, like I've talked about in other videos, but people are never going to post their entire lives. I will never post 100% of my life because that'd be insane. I would mentally be ill. Like, that's
Unless you are a YouTuber. You watch. Obviously, it's not her whole life. Watch the last video I made. I promise you, you will think she's an AI bot drone. I promise you.
not wise, and it's not good for someone who's not intimately in my life to know every part of my life. Like, it's not healthy for
What?
me as the content creator or you as the viewer, right? And it's not like
Nah, bro.
this
We need to
isn't
know
like
everything.
condemning other influencers. I think it's really
We need to know what you eat, sleep, drink, wake up, go work out, when you drive, what you listen to, what you're thinking about. We need to know everything.
healthy that they don't post everything. Like, they shouldn't. But it's just reality. Like, you're not going to see everything. And if we go back to criticism of like Maddie Crawford, I think that what the problem is, what it boils down to, is that people are lacking in-person community so much that they're wanting these influencers.
Yeah, that could be true, but also I'm not trying to be rude, but I don't think you're understanding who she is and the reason why they follow her. I am not rude, but logically think about this. Never heard her say anything about God. I'm sure she is if she's marrying Bryce Crawford. Right? I'm sure he's not gonna marry an ungodly woman. So I'm sure she's a godly woman and a nice woman. But I don't never seen her talk about it. I might have seen her pop on my For You page once. I don't know. Oh no. Never seen her talk about it. Never seen her face before. I've seen her never seen her face, right? Never seen her like do anything content wise. Like I've seen her face, but like it was with Bryce Crawford. It was nothing like her doing anything.
To act as pastors.
So sorry, what I was gonna get from that? Like you're not understanding. Yeah, these people aren't your pastors. Fine. Yes, we understand. But like, well, some people, Bryce Crawford might be. Right? They might. I don't know. But you just gotta look at who she is and then where her audience is. Like her, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but her audience isn't organic. That's rude to say. It might be, but is it the truth? Her audience isn't this organic people that follow her. No, it's probably people that like Bryce Crawford. And they're setting this standard that he set to try to put it on her when it's like, well, no, he's the guy that's teaching. Go to his page if you want to teach and do whatever. I don't know what she does. I don't know. Never seen her page.
And act as shepherds in their lives. And that's not supposed to happen because your favorite Christian influencer is never going to know you. They're never going to correct you personally. They're never going to rebuke you. They're never going to hold you accountable. They're never going to pray over your specific sins. They're never going to be there when you cry. That's just not possible unless you know them in real life. Like your favorite content creator.
I mean, yeah, obviously.
Is not going to be doing that for you. I cannot.
Dude, you're telling something that everyone should know because this is blatantly obviously it's just third grader talk. Yes, bro. Your influence that you only know on social media is not gonna be in your room when you're crying. I would assume so, unless they're a shapeshifter. Unless they just spawned in, I don't know,
be there for however many people watch this video, right? But who I can be that for is the people in my real life, the people that I am walking side by side with. And that's friends, that's pastors, that's shepherds, that's elders in the church, that's my family. Like, you should all have that. And truthfully, it makes me really sad for someone like Maddie who's told, you're not good enough, you don't make good enough content, I only want to hear about Jesus stuff. If you're a real Christian, if you were a good enough Christian, you would post about this, this, and this. And that's completely unfair to me. Because why should...
Yeah, I don't really know. I don't know what she posts, or I'll look it up. Nah, I don't know if I will. I don't care to know. Yeah, be the bearer of bad news. Don't care. Don't care because I know what the real answer is, and I hate to be the guy to be a stingy or just like, I'm right. I know exactly what the answer is on this. I don't, nothing more, nothing less than exactly what I said, and it's proven, guaranteed. her fans aren't organic. Her fans aren't even fans of her. She doesn't even have probably real fans like that. The only fans she has are the ones she funneled from Bryce Crawford. And what does he do 24/7? You open his page, God. You close his page, God. I'm just joking. You open his page, God. You scroll through it, God. Boom. You scroll through her page, his wife. I don't know, her outfits and stuff. I don't know. Could care less because I don't care. So I don't know. So it's like, yes, like don't expect this from her, but like who is her audience? That's what you gotta understand. Yes, you're right, but who is her audience? Her audience isn't just these people that fell and saw her. No, 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 no. We're not dumb here, are we? Hate to be the bad guy. We're not dumb. I don't know how many followers she has. I know for a fact. Let me not say that, but I have a feeling that she wasn't famous before she met Bryce Crawford. They probably talked to each other, knew he probably started getting her into things. He might have added her one time, and that's where she gained her audience. Like, I don't think it's any more than what I just said. Just being honest with you. I don't think you have to say anything else but what I just said. Like, her audience is people funneled from Bryce Crawford because, being real, I don't think anyone really cares about people's outfits like that. No one cares about your outfits and what you do in life. I'm just saying, like, people be thinking they're really important and stuff. They're not. Like, not saying she is or is not. I have to say it's on trust. I don't know who she is or what she does. She could have some amazing outfits and I could be hating on her. Fine. I could be wrong here. I'll take that. But you're not going to tell me this is not the result of her getting her audience from Bryce Crawford. You're not going to tell me that because it's not. You're lying to my face at this point. You're lying to me. Her audience isn't organic. They're not real.
You're not allowed to post about her life. Like, lifestyle content has a place too, and it has value. It is fun to watch. And I don't think, like, people treat Christian creators as, like, not allowed to be entertainers. And that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, not everybody is supposed to take a role of teacher. Like, you can have influence and you can be a good example and also still like things. Like, God created you with individual likes, desires, wants, interests, because you're a unique person with a unique personality. Why is that not allowed for someone like Maddie? That doesn't make any sense. Like, she doesn't want to be a teacher. She doesn't want to be the exact same person that Bryce is.
She's not. She should be a teacher. The hell are you talking about? Teacher? Who's she teaching?
Like, why can't she just post about her outfits and that be okay? That's so silly to me.
Because you're not understanding where her audience is. Her audience isn't. Her audience. I hate to be the guy. Her audience isn't like a fan of hers. Like, she doesn't have fans, bro. Like, I'm being real. She doesn't have. She might have like a subsection of fans that are fans of her. She doesn't have real fans. She doesn't. I'm being real. She doesn't. Because who is she known? How is she known? Is she known for her outfits and her lifestyle and all this thing? Obviously not. Just being real. Right? She's known that she's dated or she's married to Bryce Crawford. Like, and who do you think is gonna be fans of her? Bryce Crawford fans. And what does Bryce Crawford do? God. Right? So people are probably the same fans that have, that he's the expectation. Want everyone to be the expectation, but it's like if his wife wants to do other things, so be it, bro. You don't gotta hate on her. This isn't right. If it's wrong and she's doing wrong things, call her out on that. But if she's just living her thing and doing whatever, you gotta do better. Just, bro, let her live and scroll. Because it's nothing you can do about that. But if she's wrong, call her out on her wrongs.
And like it says in Hebrews 13:17, talking about leaders, it says, obey your leaders and submit to them, for they are keeping watch over your souls. An influencer is not keeping watch over your soul. I mean, ideally, they're praying for the people that watch their content, but like they are not supposed to be your pastor and your shepherd. When it's talking about obey your leaders, obey the people shepherding over you, it is because their job, their role at this point in time on earth is to keep watch over your souls. That's a very, very important position to be in. And not every content creator is supposed to be there. In fact, they're probably not supposed to be there because pastoralship and shepherding requires in-person contact. And again, I have so much love for Christian content creators. I so enjoy seeing people's content, whether that's teaching or entertainment or critique or commentary, whatever it is. I think there's a lot of value in that, but they were never supposed to hold a position of spiritual authority in your life. That is meant, spiritual authority is meant as family, if it's your parents, if you're a child. If you are a married woman, it is your husband. And for everybody, it is church authority. And then above that is God. God first. And then God created specific authority to be in our lives, whether that's a husband, whether that's parents, whether that's church. Everybody is supposed to be under authority. Nobody is outside of authority. Even a pastor of a church is supposed to have elders that are checks and balances for him. No one is above spiritual authority, but they're all supposed to be in person. Whether it's with God, whether it's a pastor, a husband, a family, whatever, that is in-person real relationships. Your favorite Christian influencer is not your spiritual authority. So if we get into like, okay, what is the role of content creation or Christian influencers? Is it entertainment? Sure, that's great. Entertainment is fun and that's good. It can be entertainment. Christian content does not have to be just teaching. If it is teaching, whether it's someone where you're watching Emmy's Saved Not Soft podcast and that's a teaching podcast, or you're watching Ali Yost podcast, great. That
Don't know who any of these people are.
sounds great to me. If you're watching someone's lifestyle vlog, okay, cool. Like everything has its place. And it is still good, and it can encourage, it can teach, it can spark curiosity, it can point you towards your local church, it can model faith. Like all of those things are good, but none of those things are supposed to be spiritual authority because they cannot shepherd your soul in person. Fair. And, you know, thinking about these...
Yeah, that's why I'm telling you, like, dude, people think these people are pastors. They're not. They're not. These people aren't pastors. These people aren't these people, like, who should be, like, really looking up to. Like, okay, like, me. Some of these influencers will put let me find a world. Let me find this world. Unreal standards out in the world and expect people to meet them. They don't meet them. They don't even attempt to meet them. Me, bro, if I say something, I'm attempting to do it and I'm doing it actively. That's the one thing. That's with me. I'm not telling people, no, don't lose weight and don't do this and stop doing this and this, and then not doing it. Right? And again, I'm not the person to be looking up to, dude. I am not your priest, bro. Right? I am not icons. I am not saints. I'm not someone to look up to. We're human. Like, yeah, I might have a cool opinion and I might be a cool person, right? And you could model, I guess, tactics and the learning skills and how someone presents arguments and stuff off of that. But, like, dude, looking up and idolizing them is very odd and weird. And I think, honestly, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I think some Bryce Carver fans are like that. Not all of them, but and I don't even think that's his fault. I think people will get too into it. Like, when it comes to... I'm hating on evangelical. When it comes to evangelicals, like, in Protestants, they get too into it with the Christian influencers. That's just what I've seen. I'm not hating on them. I'm just saying, that's how it looks for me. Like, the Protestant and the evangelical influencers and their fans are too, just, I don't know, just too into each other. Sounds weird.
Christian influencers, if you're feeling like they're not enough for me, or you're feeling like something's missing and you're taking it to blame on Christian influencers, right? Of like, Maddie Crawford isn't enough for me, Emmy Moore isn't enough for me, whatever. I don't think the issue is the Christian influencer. I think you're trying to shove them in a role that they were never meant to.
I mean, look at this, man. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. She has 32K vlogs, so it's like, I mean, 32K thousand subs. She's a lot more than me, but it's like, this is horrible.
Peep the matching outfits. We're always twinning, and we're also told to wear this.
Got our rings are matching too.
We got our matching rings.
Went to Pandora last night. Got these little angel wings.
So us. And
looking
we're
at
gonna
it.
take you guys with us. Hey. First stop is my favorite popular place in the whole world.
First stop.
Just watch it for half a second. Sorry.
It's so perfect. Want to do? We literally don't know.
through all my apps for hair inspo.
Supposed to be filming and driving, by the way.
We don't know what we want to do.
I'm stressed.
Just vote. I'm like trying not to chug this matcha because it is so good. Alright, we'll see you guys when we get to the salon. Alright guys, we just made it.
No secular music.
We are here. It's
I'm playing.
11:40.
God, who's watching this?
Bag.
I mean, this is a very niche audience to watch this. Like, this is, I hate to be this guy, this is just horrible. Like, not the content wise, just the lifestyle. It's like you're filming your whole life. I don't know. I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be rude, but like, look. Look at her fans. This is her video. Please do a day in the life with Bryce. See, about these people, I'm telling you, I'm not lying. These people are not fans of her. They are a subsection that just found her content, and because they like Bryce Crawford, they're gonna flock over there. And again, I'm not saying vlogs are wrong or any way, shape, or form. Like, they're cool to do and see, but like, people just be filming everything. Like, you're filming while you're driving. Why? Filming while you're drinking. Drink. Why? Filming while you're doing nothing. Why? I'm just curious.
Be in. You're not under spiritual authority in your church community. That's where your problem is. Because it says in 1 Corinthians...
Dude, what do you mean? Like, you're telling me that Bryce Crawford isn't my pastor? Is that what you're telling me?
11:1, be imitators of me as I am of Christ. And when Paul is talking to the Corinthians to say, be an imitator of me as I am of Christ, who is your Paul? Who is older and wiser and more mature in their faith than you, where you're looking at them and you're like, I want to imitate them because they imitate Christ? We're all supposed to be image bearers of Christ, right? But there's always supposed to be someone in our lives that we look up to be like, I want my faith to be like that. Like, they're really good at this aspect. They're so mature in their faith. They're so wise. They're so kind. They're so gentle. They're so loving. Whatever that thing is, I want to be like them because they imitate Christ. We are all supposed to have people like that. Hopefully multiple.
One thing with the Christian influencers that I think is cool is like how good they are with off the dome with the Bible. I'm like, yo, you got that. That's something I'm learning. I'm getting better at. But like, people go off the dome with it. I'm like, you him, boy. You him, bro. If you can, like, when you start memorizing it, I'm like, you got that, bro. Good for him.
People of like that in our lives. So if you're feeling spiritually stagnant and you're turning towards all this Christian content to be like, maybe this will fix it. Maybe this will make me feel better. Maybe this will make me feel more like Christ.
Smith the Rome.
Or make me not
That's
feel so
the
bad
only
about
way.
myself. Whatever that motivation is, while consuming Christian content is a good thing, it cannot replace the Bible and it cannot replace in-person community. You can't.
And it really means nothing. Like, dude, I'm the bear. I'm the pot calling the kettle black. I scroll through that every day, all day, son. But that's not gonna be better than me. I'm not gonna grab it. Than me reading my Bible. No, I might learn like tactics, these things, or this person saying some out of pocket, uncontext, or no, sorry, taking the Bible out of context video and someone debunking that. That's all I might watch, stuff like that. But that's not gonna replace me going to church, me reading the Bible, like, you know, me actually studying. Like, that's not gonna replace that, and don't let it replace that, because it means nothing. Like, there's a reason you have a Bible. Your Bible isn't just this thing. That's why I hate to be the guy, not in a rude way, but in a nicest way. I will never trust a church that has not real Bibles, but will read the Bible off a MacBook, iPad mini. Never trust them. I'm not trusting that. I'm not trusting that. That's too much for me. You're doing too much at this point. Just get the book. You can't go wrong with the book.
Not outsource what God intended to be in real life and community. You're never going to find that online. And while I love Christian content, obviously I love making Christian content. I will never be the Bible. I will never be God. I will never be your in-church community.
And the fact that you gotta kind of tell people is like, okay, where are you at? Because in life where you think like these Christian influencers are like legit helping you in your spiritual journey. I mean, I'm sure they are, but like, how much are they helping you compared to how much are you praying? How much are you reading? How much are you, repenting? How much are you studying? Like, how much are you actually doing real works in life? Not just like Christian content might give you the, oh my gosh, John 16. They might give you that, but it's like, pick up the Bible, twin.
Because that is incredibly important. So instead of ragging on Christian influencers for not being enough or doing too much, or why don't you post this content, or you're not Christian enough because you don't post this content, go to church, get in a small group, go talk to real people, and leave these Christian influencers alone and just let
Well, okay, I think there's I think there is a middle ground where she's right, but she's also wrong. I'll explain it. Because I think she's right in the way that if they're in the right, yes. Don't go out and do all these stupid things and go and comment on their page. But if they're in the wrong, let them have it. Don't be like, you stupid, you suck, you dumb idiot, you should never. No, just be like, yeah, dude, unfortunately that's wrong. Here's the proof. My bad, bro. Just read more, you're wrong. That's what I would say. Because like, some of these Christian influencers are wrong when they read out of context. It's all the above, right? But yeah, they're not gonna replace your Bible. They're not gonna replace you praying in X, Y, and Z, going to church. They're not gonna replace that, right? And there's a reason why I tell people. There's a personal business for a reason, and there's a reason why, dude. The reason why I wear this shiesty how I am right now is because, like, bro, this ain't nothing more than content shit. This ain't nothing more than that. This ain't real life. Like, it's real life. I'm in the flesh. I'm doing this in real life. Like I can move and stuff. I'm real. But, like, this ain't nothing more than me just saying my opinions, trying to, like, more or less debunk the things. Like, I'll watch these debates. Sometimes I'm getting back into those. I'm gonna watch, these videos. I'll watch, what's popular, what's going on, OF models. Bro, you think I'm like, oh, good job, you did amazing. Now I'm like, what the hell is this watered down prostitute doing? Why are you, Piper Bucket, why are you in a Catholic church with a fake nun and a fake pastor?
them be what they were always meant to be. Don't put them on a pedestal of something. Don't
Yes.
shove them into a role or into a box that they were never meant to fulfill.
Correct. You're right there. Shout out to the theisabellacameronshow. She makes great videos. Alright, let's watch this. The phrase Christian influencer itself tells me everything I need to know. Christians are not influencers. They are followers of Christ daily. Facts. Like, but you gotta understand, people are like, what is a Christian influencer? Used in title. Like, how hard is it to use context clues? She has a vlog channel. Oh, shit. I just saw that. I was like, what? I like that there is space online for people to talk about God, but a lot of Christian influencers are not spiritually led. A couple months ago, I made a decision to cut down the Christian content I consume because I think we should be mainly be fed through church, prayer, and reading Bible. Yeah, but it depends your church, my guy. I love to connect to Christians online, but I do not outsource your walk with influencers. Yes, that's obvious. That's a great thing to say. Maddie said it well. I actually like that she called out how performative it is. Christian TikTok is cultish to worship the influencer, not Jesus. Yes. Yeah. Fully right there. You are fully right. What happens to people just opening their Bible the way they are being idolized? They've begun idolizing pastors, priests, Christian influencers. I mean, but these people aren't idolizing pastors and preachers. Get out of here! Like, that's straight coat. That's coat farm, bro. They're not doing that. They're idolizing influencers and podcasters are the same thing, but they're idolizing influencers. They're not idolizing these pastors. Dude, they're not doing that. Like, let's stop. Let's step back into reality. They ain't doing that. The influencers, right? They're not doing this. The only one they might do that is the Michael at the 4812 church or whatever. Black dude. That's the only one they're probably doing that to. If there ain't no one else on the damn what you call it, on the damn internet as famous as him with his church. I don't know. I have skepticism on him, but I'm not gonna get into that yet. There's some Pastor Michael, I think that's that. I don't know. Black dude. Right. Muhammad is still in his tomb. He has some good stuff, but he's shaky. Very shaky. Honestly, I don't think he's a Christian influencer. I think she's an influencer who is Christian, or I don't think she. I don't know. Like, I don't even know what she's influencing. That's my thing. Like, you can say influencer, but what is she influencing? Because, like, if you're an influencer, what are you gonna do? You're influencing. So, I don't know what she's influencing. I don't believe she is influencing anything, or she might. But like what? And who? She's not an influencer, bro. She's a person that posts, man. Who believes in Jesus? That's what. But you gotta understand who she's connected to. So, like, you're saying all this, but, like, are you understanding who she's connecting to? She's not connected to me. She's not connected to her. She's not connected to you. She's connected to Bryce Crawford. Just like, when you're hearing all this, just remember that. You're not, I don't think these people are remembering that the fact that she's married to Bryce Crawford. And that's not, if you're inflated, if you're, I guess, not understanding what I'm saying. I'm not saying she's wrong in the what she said. No, not at all. I'm just saying, just remember who she's attached to. So okay, whatever. We're gonna end it off here. No, I saw this one. Gen Z. 100% Gen Z Christians need to get more discipleship, Bible study, etc. Yeah. Well, a lot of this is more or less evangelical and Protestant stuff. This isn't. I hardly see this down in like the other ones. Catholicism. They be debating about everything over there. Orthodox. I hardly even see them do this. Like, there might be some. I just don't. I mean, dude, I just don't look often at everyone. But like, I don't truly see them doing like this with like their pastors and with their influencers, like going out, doing all this stuff, being obsessed with them too. I really don't see it. No. I felt included to drive out to a church 30 minutes away from a fellowship that is the price of 35, folks. We need a log off, and when it comes to our spirituality, to build in person in the house, late nights, early mornings, make food for the other fellowships. Yeah, he ain't lying. Yeah, she isn't wrong about the fact about posting about God all the time isn't the only thing someone could do, but dressing modestly and going to a coach. Did she went to Coachella? I didn't see that. If you went to Coachella, man, again, that's why I'm never gonna be the guy. That could be wrong. I'm never gonna be the guy like, whoa. Let's just take a deep dive and look at what's going on. Oh, she's doing these things that are wrong. Call her out. Send the shots, because not in the rude way, but in the nicest way, in the loving way. Because like, what else you want me to do? Oh, you're doing amazing. Keep on doing what you're doing. Nope. But dressing unmodestly and going to Coachella as a Christian is a big no for me. In the UK, influencer, I don't know who the hell that is, and that channel called The Way are also known. They post vlogs too, but you can see the fruit. Did she go to I can look it up. Did she go to Coachella? No way. Let's just look it, because if she went to that, Oh, that would be tragic. Oh, it's right here. Not the video. I didn't see the video. Let's see her channel. I went to Stagecoach. Is that like a Erewhon? Where else? No. I'm not seeing anything. What the hell is Stagecoach though?
You want to make this a thumbnail? This looks big.
Hold on. I'm looking. So what is Stagecoach? They calling shots and I'm like, hey, okay, let it fly. Let it fly. Yeah, no. You're crazy. Post Malone. Don't know. Don't know. Dua Lipa. I'm not watching that shit. Yeah. Hell yeah. I'm fully with you on that. Yeah, you ain't ever catching... If I got a wife, you ain't ever catching her going to no damn festival. Some damn Stagecoach festival. Get the hell out. I'm not watching this.
With such a cool brand.
Alright, let's go ahead.
Bus ride to the festival.
I mean,
You guys later. It is. This is currently where we're at right now.
oh, I know exactly what this is. Yeah, no way in hell I would go to this.
It's by the food truck.
You want to make this a thumbnail? You want to make this a thumbnail?
It is 8:30 in the morning. Hey guys,
Sorry.
day 2. We're walking into the festival.
Made it a little bit better today.
A little bit. Just a little bit, yeah. We were still pretty rushed, but we made it. Now we're
I
walking
mean,
in day 2.
what's obvious? Typical evangelical Christian influencer. Christian influencer. Let me know what you think about this. This was a good video. Shout to the what is it? Fuck the theisabellacameronshow. She makes good videos, but yeah, it was shaky at the end. I wouldn't personally wouldn't want my wife to go to that, but we're all different, right? We're different. You know what I'm saying? We different, man. We different.